Right, good evening everyone and welcome to round two at FTR, and we are in Brazil this evening, and we've got Division 2 to entertain us, which is going to be plenty of fun. The weather looks nice and clear at the moment. Brazil is known for some rain, almost like the USA and France, but it looks all good at the moment, so hopefully the weather will stay that way so we can get some good racing. It's qualifying one, and we've got 17 drivers this evening, so we will lose 2 drivers this evening. In Q1, only the top 15 will go through to Q2. After that, we will lose 5 of them, and only the top 10 will go out as the Red Bull goes out in tandem there. And then it's the pole position shootout for Q3. But in Q1, unlike other nights, you're going to have to put up a respectable time this evening, or else you will not make it through to Q2. We're going to check up on our drivers and see who's out first. So it looks like the 2 Red Bulls is out. Saki is also coming out. Reaper. So let's give a shout out to Jonathan. He is a new driver to FTR, joined us this evening, first race with us. He is on the soft, so welcome Jonathan. And then we've got the usuals, Ron Skitter, we've got Nike, Nigish Shakes, Yaku. Yaku, a Premier Division driver, but there is some rules in place for the Premier Division drivers who want to pull up their team. So he will be joining Chaplin in the McLaren. And if I'm not mistaken, Teacher is still not available to race this evening, so he will join us. And then the other Premier Division driver, Storm and Kills, who was in Alpine, he will stand in for Storm Willis, but once again the same rules will apply for him. Alright, so apologies for that, we're just trying to sort out our social media, but it seems like Reaper made a mistake and caught Nick Gishan on his lap there, so 2 retirements. So last week's winner, Nick Gishan and Red Bull, he's out in Q1, so is Reaper, he's also out in Q1, so all the remaining drivers will be okay to go out. Good to see Warlock is on track at the moment, he's on a 107.7, Saki 108.3, that's good times. Just keeping it nice and clean. Nike getting a lap in there, 111. So we'll keep an eye out on the rest of the drivers. Janko Nagels on the pit, so he's going to retire in Q2. Him and Torman Kills, they will retire in Q2, or Q3, apologies, and then they will basically start from, or sorry, Q2, they will start from 15th. So they will retire in qualifying 2 and start at the back of the field. And then the rest of the drivers are all good as far. Alright, so guys, I've got some lap times up. Arnu on a 107.1, so he tops the timesheet so far. So in the pits at the moment, Shakes, Yaku, Salzmeister, Chaplin, Buerta, Torment, and Brad is also in the pits. So I'm just going to come back into the pits. We lost his teammate already due to an incident on the quali laps between himself and Reaper. Saki going out at the moment, so he's on his way out. Everyone will probably just have 1 or 2 laps. Track invalidation, a nightmare here, turn 1, and then also I think it's turn 4. But at the moment the guy's keeping it nice and tidy. 2 laps there for Ron. Tunable going into the pits in the Ferrari. His teammate Karabuta. Early retirement for him last week on the start of the race. So Ferrari will look to get the act together. Nike, she's on track on a 1:11.52. It's good enough to see her through to Q2. It's all really what you want to do. Carl Helsinger, he's also out. He's got a new teammate, which was involved in an incident, which is not the best start for him. But yeah, so they will qualify from the back of the grid. But at the moment, Carl is on a, looks like on a flying lap. He's in sector 2. In the Aston Martin, so let's see if he can hold this nicely together. Looks nice and tidy, nice rotation out of the car. Shortest line to the start finish line is the inside line, so let's see if he ducks something to the inside. Yes, he does. There we go. You don't want to invalidate there. Trying to be too greedy. That's going to be a 108.3, so that's good enough to put Carl up into fifth. So good by the Aston Martin driver. So the AlphaTauri team leading the constructors, combined constructors at the moment, with Shakes and Brad, and it is Josh and Bob in Premier Division. So they are leading with the Red Bulls, so closely followed them. And then the Alpines, so it's going to be very close at the moment. We've got a Red Bull on top. We've got both looks to be, so Shakes still needs to put up a lap. Brad also needs to set up a lap, but he's on an out lap, so we're going to jump on board with Brad in the AlphaTauri. So he's going to start his hot lap now. So let's get on board with him. And let me take you around the lap here in Brazil. So 8th gear, DRS wide open, you see the bottom of your screen all green. So you want to stay as wide as possible here, going into turn 1, hard on the brakes, shift down to 3rd, short shift down to 4th again, trying to get maximum rotation, a little bit lazy on the throttle there, no stop pointing enough, stay as close to the inside line, you can get to 10th or 2, DRS coming up here. Right into turn 3, you want to have the inside. He's a little bit wide, he missed his braking points, so it's going to cost him maybe another 10th or 2, so that's already 3 tenths that he might be lost here. This is where the car just steps out from you. It's very difficult to get traction here. If your traction is awful, even with medium, have the inside here. And it's all about rotating the car here, getting the car as straight as possible to get on the throttle as quickly as possible. And then very tricky here. Car can just step out from you. Here you want to hug the inside as well. Hard braking down to 3rd, 4th. Pull the car straight as possible. Now you want to get all the way to the left as far as you can. You can maybe hug the inside, stay to the left, and that might gain you a 10th or 2, which is done very nicely. And this is going to be a 107.2. So not the cleanest laps by any stretch of the imagination, but you don't expect that in Q1. But a 107.2 by the AlphaTauri, so they look really like they're going to hunt the Red Bulls this evening. Shakes at the moment, he's in the other AlphaTauri, he is on an out lap. So he's going to start his hot lap. So let's get on board with the 2 AlphaTauri drivers and see how they compare in driving style. Once again into turn 1, is he going to make, yes, he makes the apex, very nicely done. All the way to 4th, yeah, touch the inside, car steps out from you a little bit, but the softs has got enough grip to do that. DRS wide open, much better turn 1 and turn 2 by the AlphaTauri driver. Is he gonna, yes, he hugs the inside there as well, don't step out because that will be invalidated. Much better lap here by Shakes, it just looks like he's hitting apexes. Yeah, you want to hit that one as well, stay, there we go, car steps out, pulls it nice and straight. Oh, that's the apex, that might cost him a 10th or 2. But nice and early on the throttle nevertheless. And let's see what he does here with this extremely difficult off camber, almost downhill corner, but pulls the car nice and straight. 3rd, 4th, you want to stay on the inside, car will just keep on going right. Misses the apex again, which is going to hurt him, but let's see what he gets. Much better from an apex point of view with Shakes, but let's see if he can transfer that into a time. So he's crossing the line now. This should be a low 107.5. So not bad from him. He hits the apexes nicely, so I think there's definitely more in that for him. So well done to the AlphaTauri driver. Carl Helsinger is currently in 5th, Saki in 6th now. Ron in 7th here, but we haven't been with him. He is on a soft, so he's done 3 laps. He's on a 108.5. Good enough to get him through. Salzmeister in 9th. Tunable in 10th, so the Ferrari is 8th and 10th at the moment. Jaco Nagel is on an outlap at the moment. Tom McKeels is also on an outlap. So Jaco is going to start a flyer, so let's stick a bit with Jaco and see what the Premier Division drivers can get up to. So nice, 3rd, 4th. Yeah, car looks very stable through that section. So well done to Jaco. He's going to get DRS assistance now. Hitting the apexes nice and early, opening up the corners for him so he can get on the throttle a bit earlier. Same here, yeah, nice day and forth, pull across straight and 5th. Very good here by Jaco. Alpha Tauri is not going to get him away. No, he's not. Yeah, he hacks the apex there very nicely there by Jaco. Stays in 3rd, wait for it, gets on the throttle, pulls the car straight. Oh, missed the apex like that, might cost him a 10th or so. Let's see if he can hit the apex on the last corner. No one's been really able to do that we've been on board with. Misses the apex as well. But 4th it is, so let's see where this is going to put Jaco. This will be enough to get him through. He's obviously not pushing too hard. He knows he's going to have to retire in Q2. He is just representing his team, so no driver up for him. But I want a 7.5, which is great by Jaco. Just waiting for Torment. Torment invalidated his lap, getting nicely out of the way there. And he currently, Torment just needs to set the lap. That's all he needs to do. Just to get him through to Q2. 6 minutes left in qualifying 1. Right, you will see drivers starting to retire, but that is just because there's no need for them to do another couple of laps. They can actually save these tyres. Warlock did 5 laps on those softs, so those softs are basically done with. You can't use them again. Carl, the same, do 3 lap olds. Arnu, also 3 laps, not ideal. Very well done there by Brad and by Jaco, only 1 lap on those softs. But Jaco's not going to need that due to his requirement in Q2. Yeah, and it seems like Torment pops in an 8 on the mediums, so good for him. He puts on a 108.3, so good time there by Torment Kills. And yeah, that looks to be qualifying 1. We've got I see someone has, just have a look at the map. So someone has lost the car somewhere, not sure who that was. Pretty sure it's from Torment. Let's just see what Ron does. He is in 63 at the moment. He's done 4 laps on these softs in the Mercedes. So, wow, he's really milking those softs probably to see how far he can stretch them. It moves him up a couple of places, puts him down into 7th with a 108.021, almost a 108 flat. But good showing by the guys. You can see the retirements coming through. So, a couple of minutes left. So just over 3 minutes left, and then we will start qualifying 2 here in Brazil. It is Division 2 this evening. All right, just confirmation for you. Qualifying one done here in Brazil. It's Arno Gous in the Red Bull who sits the early pace, followed by the two AlphaTauris. We've lost two drivers in the session. Big news for that is that we've lost two drivers. We've lost last week's winner and the championship leader, Nikishin in Red Bull. And we've lost Reaper, both involved in an incident in qualifying one. So definitely something that will go to the steward's office. But at the moment, we've got 15 drivers left for Q2. We will lose 5 drivers in the session. We'll talk a little bit more about what happened last week, where the championship standings is. But the AlphaTauri looking very strong this evening. Right, so 15 minutes, the clock starts counting down as I get the telemetry up for you. Remember that this is the tyre that the guys, so the fastest tyre or the fastest time that they set on the respective tyre, that will be the tyre that they start the race on. So you can see a lot of guys going for the mediums, a lot of guys on the softs. It's going to be interesting. So we know we did get into the low 107s on the softs. It's going to be interesting to see what we do on mediums. The weather still looks dry and clear, so that's good news for the drivers and for all the team principals. So it looks like all happy days here in Brazil for everyone. Just looking at the comments on YouTube. So Josh, how's it, Josh? It's nice to see you. Josh is racing tomorrow night in the Premier Division. Looking very strong himself and Bob in the AlphaTauris with their teammates Brad and Shakes in Division 2. So he's obviously supporting the AlphaTauris. So it's great to see support from the Premier Division guys on the channel. And let's just see, so Carl's still sitting in the pits. Arne's out in a pair of mediums, so Saki. The only guys out on softs is Nike. She's probably going to do a 2-stopper, trying to get through to Q3. She did manage to get through to Q3, if I'm not mistaken, last week. Yaku is retiring because he is a Premier Division driver. Tormund Kills will also retire during the session sometime. Chapman is out on track, so let's just see Salzmeister still in the pits. Warlock on medium, so let's have a look at Warlock, so he is also mediums, but yeah, let's have a look at let's get on board with the Ferrari driver. He is in on the mediums. Nice rotation there from the Ferrari, so you have less grip on the mediums than what you have on the softs, so he gets DRS assistance. So let's see how this lap from Gerard Werther turns out. His teammate Tunable is also on an outlap, so Gerard on a flyer. So let's see where this drop. I expect the guys to get into the second difference between the softs and the mediums. So I expect the guys to get into the 108s, the fast guys in Q1. So let's see if they can get into the low 108s, maybe even high 107s with engine modes turned up. Don't expect engine modes to be turned up in Q1, especially with losing 2 drivers. She only needs to pick a lap time up. So let's have a look and see what the engine modes is going to mean in Q2. Engine modes will be turned up in Q2. Engine modes will be turned up in Q3. The guys will really push to get that pole position. So let's see where this puts Gerard. So he pops in on the 108.7. A very nice lap there by Arne Gous, 107.9. So he got into the 107s. With the mediums, Ron with the 108.7, just above Gerard. As I say, that times are starting to tumble here. Saki on a 108.9 on the mediums. Oh, Esotronic just loses the car slightly. That can happen into turn 1. He needs to be very careful not to get disqualified here. Yeah, those tires are going to be fraught now. So Nike going on a 109.8. Chaplin a 110.7. Let's just see Carl Haltinger. AlphaTauri is still in the pits. Both AlphaTauri are still in the pits. They haven't come out yet. So we'll see. We don't expect a lap from Tormund Kills, so he will probably retire, or just hopefully he will retire, or else he will go through to the next round based on Codemasters not setting a lap time. Tunable going into 9th. So at the moment the Ferraris are 4th and 9th. The two Mercedes is 3rd and 6th. Carl is on an out lap. So let's check what Carl is up to. He's also on the medium. So at the moment it only looks like Nike and Tunable, but that was not a clean lap by Tunable. So expect him to go much faster than that and throw that Ferrari maybe even in the top 4 on those softs, because the soft is the faster tyre. But let's see if the Aston Martin of Carl can make up for his teammates' woes that they had in Q1 incident there between the Aston Martin, Ferrari and the Red Bull. So let's see as Carl starts his hot lap. So let's have a look how he goes about it. Looks nice and pointy, that Aston Martin. Currently in the pits we have got Shakes and Salzmeister, Tolman still in the pits, Brad in the pits. So we will have a look. So the guys will have enough time to pop back into the pits, maybe slap on a pair of softs if they really want to get through to Q2, but I think that the softs is probably not the tyre you want to start on this evening, unless you want to do a two-stopper. Maybe go soft, medium, medium, or even soft, soft, medium, depending on how many safety cars and how well you can look after your tyres. But Carl is on the start finish straight. He's got the DRS assistance now. There we go. Open up. There we go. Let's see where this slots Carl in. It slots him in from 10th, so 1:14.8. That is just not fast enough. And you really don't want to do maybe 2 laps on these mediums, although Geerberta has done 2 laps on those mediums. He slotted himself into 3rd. Shakes is now out on the mediums in the Alpha Tauri, so let's keep an eye out on Shakes. Brad is also following his teammate, so Shakes out first, followed by Brad. Very close to track limits on that corner there for Shakes. Oh, loses the car, takes off the front wing. He's gonna have to go into the pits. It's a big moment there for Shakes. Bit of debris, but they will clear. But yeah, he's gonna have to start all over again. In the meantime, his teammate with 7 minutes to go. He's going around the final corners. So let's see where this slots Brad in. At the moment, the Red Bull looking pretty on a 107.9. Let's see if he can top Arne topping quali 1. Let's see if the Alpha Talis can do it. Yes, he can. 107.7, 2 tenths up on Arne. So very good lap time there by Brad on the medium. So that's good enough to get him through. I don't expect him and Arne or Warlock maybe, or even Geerberta to go out again. I think they are all good, depending on what the guys on the softs can do. But so Salzmeister is on a soft. He's going to try to get through. Yes, he puts himself up into 4th on 108.2. That pushes in the dead zone. We've got Chaplin at the moment. He is on the softs ready to go out. Carl, that pushes Carl out, but he's 6 seconds up. So let's see where this gets Carl. If he crosses the start finish line, he's done now 2 laps. It's going to be 3 laps on these mediums. So let's see where this puts him into 5th. Very good pressure lap there by Carl Halsinger in the Aston Martin. That's good enough for 5th. Takes him out of the dead zone. In the moment, we've got Nike. She is currently 11th. Chaplin on softs. Shakes as at that moment on the mediums. So he's sitting in the pits. And then hopefully Torman Kills will retire. Right, Shakes is going out. A bit of lag there from someone's side, not sure who. So Salzmeister. So currently people in trouble. Nike, she's pull the plug. I think she's actually crashed out. So let's get on board with the Mercedes and see if we can see the Ferrari. Yeah, there's the Ferrari. I think she had a big moment losing the car there. So she's out of Q2. Not make it through to Q3. Chaplin's still in the pits. Shakes has gone out on mediums. I don't think that's a new set of mediums. I think that's a new set. So he's done an out lap. He's had a moment on his hot lap and then pitted on that lap. And yeah, then another out lap, getting nicely out of the way there. Is one of the Mercedes, I think. So let's see Shakes if he can pull himself through into Q3. He just needs to get to, we'd expect him maybe to get to the 108.5 just to be safe. Although I see Chaplin is put a new set of softs on, so he's ready to go. But we've lost obviously Yaku, Torment's not going to take part. And then we've lost Nike, so only 2 people will drop out at the moment, and that looks to be, or 3 people, 2 people, it looks like Chaplin and Shakes, but you expect Shakes to get a good lap up here. Brake discs glowing there, hard on the braking, yeah. Very aggressive or abrasive surface here in Brazil, so very hard on tyres. Either one stopper looking very nicely after your tyres, definitely a 2 stopper if you do the softs. At the moment in the top 10, it's only Ron, Esotronic and Tunable that's on the softs. So let's see if Shakes can slap out Saki or Tunable. It looks like a very good lap by him, didn't invalidate it. This looks seriously like a good lap. Yes, it is. So Shakes goes up into 5th on those mediums. He knocks out Saki. Saki is in the pits at the moment. Chaplin is on soft, so let's see if Chaplin can kick out Tunable. So that will be 1 Ferrari then gone, and also the Williams of Saki. Needs to get out of the way there, and does nicely so. Right, so Salzmeister pops himself up into 1st position on those softs, whatever, the 107.4, a really good lap if I look at quali 1 times. So that was a pressure lap by him. That pushes Saki out of the top 10. Tunable in trouble here with Chaplin. Let's see what Chaplin can get up to. It's only good enough for 12. So at the moment, Tunable can breathe a sigh of relief with 2 minutes to go. Saki is in the pits. I'm not sure if he's going to go out again. He might just slap a pair of socks on to go out. He goes out on mediums again, so he feels there is a bit more pace on those mediums. So he needs about 2/10 just to get ahead of Ron maybe and get himself safe. Chaplin is going into the pits. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time to do another lap. I don't think so. And that's really the only person who can kick out Tunable. But if Saki can get a lap together, he can displace Tunable and get himself into Q3, which will give him a better grid position. But at the moment, the top 3 is retired. You'll see that Nike, she's had a retirement using the car. Yaku and Torment, Premier Division drivers retiring, so they will start at the back of the grid. We'll keep an eye out on their progress. Oh, and as I say that, Saki has a big moment in the Williams. Now, I'm not sure if there's major damage to that Williams. It's going to be so difficult to get this car now on track rotated. It doesn't look no damage to the Williams, which is quite weird. So if you can get his tyres cleaned up nicely, he might just have another go. I'm not sure if he wants to have another go. He's waiting for the Ferrari to come through. There is a Mercedes, I think, also coming through. So you might just be careful not to get disqualified for this. Yeah, Mercedes going through, so Saki will definitely have another go. I think he will try to get those tyres as clean as possible. You can see a lot of dirt on those tyres and the back ones. So he's going to try to get it all sorted. Like I said, he really just needs a 10th, although Tunable is on track. He's going into the pit, so he's not going to bother. But Saki can still do this, so maybe Tunable went in a bit too early. Let's have a look at Saki. So Saki needs to get a 10th. So, he's pitting. So he's also not going to improve. So that's qualifying 2 done for him. So he will start in 11th. We've also lost Chaplin. He will start in 12th. Nike will start in 13th. But in the top 10 to look out for people starting on the softs will be Salzmeister, Estronic, Carl, and Ron and Tunable. So expect them to maybe do a 2-stopper. I don't think they will get through with a 1-stopper. But there's just confirmation for you. Guys on the mediums, Brad, which is the preferred time, Brad, Arne Warlock, Shakes, Carl Helsinger, Geerberto, Ron Skitter, and then the guys on the softs will be Tunable, Isatronic, and Salzmeister. Right, if you just joined us, welcome to qualifying 3. We're here in Brazil. It's Division 2 in FTR. And our top 10 shootout for pole position this evening. Looking very strong between Arnu and the 2 Alpha Tauris. The Alpha Tauris hanging up on the Red Bull. Only one Red Bull in Q1. We lost Nick Gishin and the Red Bull in Q3. So Alpha Tauri looking very strong again, like they did last week. Getting 2nd and 4th, if I'm not mistaken. So very good by the Alpha Tauri guys. Salzmeister out, he broke into the 107th on the soft, which is the fastest that we've seen on the soft so far this evening. Q1, obviously engine mode's turned down, people not pushing, was 108. But you expect the guys to go much faster in this session. So everyone out on softs. This is the first, I would say, cluster of cars going out for Q1. You'll probably, or Q3, you'll probably have 2 rounds of hot laps from each driver. So Warlock is also out. He's, I just want to see where Salzmeister crosses the line now as well. Alright, so let's stick with Warlock. He is in the Alfa Romeo. Gets DRS. He's just got a, I think he's got Salzmeister in front of him, so getting a nice toe there. Let's just make sure if it is Salzmeister. Yes, it is. So he's getting a nice toe there from Salzmeister. So let's see if this will benefit Warlock. Maybe he will lose a bit of downforce in this last sector, but definitely faster than Salzmeister at the moment. You can see him gaining and gaining. So a good call there by the Alfa Romeo guys, trying to get a bit of, and I'll tell you what, if he does get the slipstream down the main straight, we can expect a very rapid lap here from Warlock. If you can stay close enough. He is in perfect position between behind the Alpine. So if I was Alpine, I would just back out of this now. But anyway, they keep on going. The Alfa Romeo is going to get DRS. So let's look at what Warlock's time is going to be. But you saw him gain there on Salzmeister. Salzmeister 107, there we go, 6 tenths faster. Warlock 107 flat. My word, that's fast. So good lap there by Warlock. Salzmeister second with a 107.6. Arnu at the moment, who was he invalidated his lap, so he's going to have to maybe put on a brand new set of boots. Not sure if there's 2 laps in his socks, depending on where he invalidated and how nicely he can look after it. The 2 Alpha Tauris, Shakes had a bit of a moment, so he's currently in 4th. His teammate Brad is going to cross the line now, so let's see what Brad can do. Is this going to be our first 106 for the evening? Oh, 107 flat. That is so close between him and Warlock. So 107 past 200 between the two, followed by Salzmeister 16th further down. Carl is invalidated. Arne is going to have to start all over again. Ron is on an outlap. Electronic invalidated. Pierre is still in the pits, so we'll keep an eye out for him when he comes out. He is he's Timo Tunable is currently in 4th with a 108.6. And looking at the comments here, Barry is saying, well done to Nike. Yeah, she did an awesome job getting into Q2. Just lost the car slightly, but it's maybe not the worst thing that can happen to you in Brazil is to start outside of the top 10 on a fresh set of boots. So currently the Alpha Tauri is looking so strong. Brad a 107 flat, Warlock a 107 flat, Shakes a 107.1, extremely close by the top 3. Salzmeister has now made up 3 tenths, so he's now 2 tenths behind those guys. Carl is in, let's see, Arno goes 3rd on a 107.082, so a good lap by him. But 2 laps on those softs, you'd expect him to jump into the pits quickly, put on new boots. It's probably another 10th or so if he can have a new set of tyres. But a very good lap there by Arno on a new set of softs. So for Shakes, Salzmeister, same. Ron invalidated. Electronic is currently on track. Sean, so let's have a look at Sean. He's in sector 2. We'll jump between him and Carl. So let's just jump back to Carl now. He's coming onto the start-finish straight. Let's see where this puts Carl up. He's got a bit of DRS assistance there from his teammate, I think. Oh, he's actually ducking into the pit, so he's going back in. So let's get back with Sean. Sean going around the final effective corner. The others are corners, but not really. Take it flat out. It's not a corner really anymore. So let's see where this can put Electronic ZA. That's good enough for 9. So a good lap there. I'm just waiting for it. It's actually 7th, the 108.921. We're still waiting for Carl to set the lap. Ron invalidated. Right, Pierre Bottas out on track. So we haven't had a look at boats. In the Ferrari, his teammate currently in 6th position. So he had a horrible race last week in Austria, so he's really hoping to make amends for this. So good luck, Karat. Let's see what those Ferraris can do. So if Karat can put himself maybe on a 4th row or even the 5th row, get into 7th or 5th, then that will be magic for Karat. Starting on the medium, so the preferred tires, so he did the right strategy. So let's see where this is going to put Fia Buerta. 108, 107.9. Wow, what a lap by Karat. That's good enough for 6th position. That's 3rd row of the grid. Wow, what a lap. He needs a couple of things maybe to jump Salzmeister, but definitely good for the 2 Ferrari guys. They're 6th and 7th. We're still waiting for Carl to tunable. I see he's just gone out. Ron is invalidated again, so he is really battling the track limits. So he's going to have to go back into the pits and put new boots on. He's done 2 laps on his softs, so we expect him to go back in. Second round of flyers are coming out at the moment. It is Brad, it's got the edge by a couple of hundreds between Warlock and Arno and Shake. So literally less than a 10th between the top 4 at the moment, which is awesome to see in Division 2. Yeah, as suspected, Ron jumps into the pit. He's going to put new softs on. He's got just under 4 minutes to go. So second round of flyers. This will be the last flyers for the guys. I don't think they'll have enough time to jump back into the pits. Brad, let's follow Brad around. Why is he invalidated, is he? He has indeed, so he's going to have to start all over again. Warlock's in the pits. Arno is on an outlap, so let's get on board with, or let's have a look with Arno close here in the Red Bull. Oh, loses the car. Oh, my word. That is a big moment for him, so it's going to be tight for him to get back to the pits. No nose. It's going to be tough for Arno to recover from here. Shakes, you expect Shakes to definitely go faster. So Shakes is basically square in sector 2. Am I right? Yeah, so let's have a look at sector 3. If he can slot himself on the front row of the grid. I don't think so. No, he lost a bit of time there, but he's probably restarting again. So we're going to stick with Shakes. My word. So let's see in sector 1. This is his second lap on these flyers. So let's see if those tires can hold on for the Alpha Tauri driver. Yeah, he's a 10th up, and that's good enough to get him onto pole by a couple of hundreds. But let's see if he can keep this together in sector 2 and 3. Very technical sector 3 here this evening. Sector 2 split coming up very soon. We'll see where he is. He was almost a 10th up in sector 1. He might be starting to lose the tires in sector 2 now. He's 2.5 tenths up. This is pole position for Shakes. If he can keep this together, this will be a 106.7, 106.8. DRS wide open. I tell you what, this is a magic lap by Shakes. 106.7. That's how it gets done. Brilliant, brilliant lap there by Shakes. Brad, yeah, he's not going to improve. He's going back into the pits. He's not going to have enough time to get another lap in, no matter how quickly he goes into the pits. I don't know. I don't think it's got enough time left. If he wants to, he needs to go now. Salzmeister, he is in sector 3, so let's see where this can slot Salzmeister in. There we go, 5th position for Salzmeister, almost kicked Arno Gous out of 4th, so very good lap. Kind of better retiring. He said that's enough. So Ferrari 6th, the other Ferrari 8th. The 2, oh, big moment, big moment. Well recovered there by Isichonic. He really pushed it. He lost the Mercedes completely. Yeah, so I just want to see if Arno has gone out. Oh, he's cutting this very tight. 30 seconds left. I can't see him get to the start-finish line before the end of qualifying is done. So I would almost say it is Shakes. It's the Alpha Tauri, 1st and 2nd. Wow, not what Red Bull wanted. But 1st and 2nd for the Alpha Tauris. Warlock a brilliant 3rd. Arno will stay 5th. Salzmeister. Well, Salzmeister is up. So let's have a look and see if he's going to displace Arno Gous. Let's have a look. Alpine is... Oh, my word, my word. Less than 100th away. Ron currently in 6th. Let's have... Yeah, Arno did not make it, as predicted. He's not going to overlap. Yeah, he's done. So a missed opportunity there for him. He will start in 4th with Warlock. And the 2 Alpha Tauris in front of him, Salzmeister in 5th, Ron in 6th. Right, there's your qualifying grid for this evening. The two Alpha Tauris up top with first and second. They occupy the front row with Shakes and Brad. Shakes getting the edge over Brad. Warlock putting the Alfa Romeo in third with a brilliant wrap with a bit of toe there from one of the Alpines. Arne close in fourth in the Red Bull. Salzmaster in fifth in the other Alpine. Then we've got the Mercedes of Ron Scotter in sixth. His teammate down in 10th. We have got two Ferraris, 7th and 9th. And then the Aston Martin of Carl Helsing, the sole Aston Martin, same as the Red Bull, down in 8th position. Right, as we just wait for the drivers to line up on the grid and pick their strategies. As far as we know, there is two guys starting on the softs this evening in Q3, or Q2 really, that they did the softs on. So they will start the race on the softs, so it's going to be interesting to see if they do a two-stopper or if they can stretch those softs and maybe do a soft medium and try to creep till the end, but it's highly unlikely on this track. Expect them to maybe do a soft medium. Or even a soft medium, apologies. So 12 laps on the softs, and then maybe 14 laps on the mediums, just to make up for those used softs that they used in Q2. 36 laps waiting for us here in Brazil. The drivers has picked the strategies, everyone going out. Right, and you can see there that Salzmeister tunable in the Esetronic is on the softs. Saki has decided to start on the hards, Chaplin on the hards. Then we've got Pierre Bertrand, Nike, Yaku Nafel and Torman Kills there, 14th and 15th. Yaku starting on the hards, Torman starting on the softs. And then the two victims of Q1, Nigishin and Reaper, they will start on a fresh set of mediums. "36 laps waiting for us. We expect the guys on the mediums to maybe start pitting around about lap 14, and then slap those hards on for 22 laps on the hards. We expect the guys on the softs to pit maybe around about like 10-9, go for another pair of softs. Depending on safety cars in the first 5, 6, 7 laps, it might just turn into chaos in the pits. But at the moment, it is looking pretty. They've done everything right so far this evening. Everything that their team principal has asked them to do is there are two Alpha Tauri starting in the front row of the grid. So 1 and 2 for the Alpha Tauris, and that's going to be interesting. Alright, there we go, just a couple of invites going out to the guys losing connection. So it is the two Alpha Tauris. We're going to keep an eye. Let's maybe have a look at Warlock. That might give us the best chance. So a couple of lights have gone. Let's see when this race starts. Guys rearing to go. And there's cars going. It seems like the lobby has gone. Yeah, there we go eventually. Right, so the virtual safety car is out. Not sure what's happened here. Right, so the virtual safety car is out, and out of all that chaos with the start, I'm not sure what's going on here, but Esotronic is leading. He's got Shakes behind him, Brad in third, Warlock in fourth, and further down the field, what a bad start. I'm not sure if this is right, but I see Arno. I just want to see where Arno is on track. Maybe it is another virtual safety car, and that's probably because of Pia Berta's retirement. But it looks like Arno is leading, and he's leading from Esotronic. I'm not sure what's going on here. Right, so everyone seems to be back racing again. So as it pops up, the DRS is enabled on this lap. Alright, so full safety car's out, and I just want to have a look. It looks like one of the Mercedes. It looks like Ron Skutter has lost it.